Hey guys, just want to walk you through the next skill in Delta Math so we can find that right on Google Classroom. So let's go to Google Classroom and I click on classwork and we should be in Unit 4, Lesson 4. And we're going to be working on the elimination guided. So we're going to go to Delta Math. Now this video here talks about how to do the elimination level 2, which is very similar to guided, to be honest. It's the same exact thing, it's just a guide that kind of walks you through it a little bit easier. And then there's the video here for your step-by-step. So let's take a look at Delta Math. We should be on elimination guided. So if we click here, now we have this example. So we have solve a system of equations. We have 2x plus y equals 10 and 5x minus 6y equals 42 by combining the equations. So if we look here, we notice that we don't have a coefficient that is either the same but opposite for either the x or the y. So we're going to need to multiply one of these two equations to eliminate either a y or an x. So let's take a look at the, we'll just do it on paper first just to show you how to do it, and then we will go from there. So first of all, we have this little we have these setups here. You guys are going to plug the number in here that you want to use to get one of these to eliminate. So first of all, if we look at the 2x and the 5x, we would need to multiply this. So the 2 doesn't go in to 5 evenly. So if that's the case, I'm going to look at the y. So first of all, if I could multiply 2 by something to get 5, I would just use that. Or if I could multiply 5 by something to get 2, I would use that as well. But that's not going to work. And if we look at the y and the two y's here, I probably can multiply y by 6, and then that positive 6 is going to be the same but opposite of the negative 6. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 6, and we're not going to do anything to this. We'll just leave it as 1, or just leave it. You don't even have to put anything in there. I'll show you how to do that in Delta Math in a moment. So if I multiply this whole thing by 6, 6 times 2 is going to give me 12x. 6 times y is going to give me positive 6y. And then 6 times 10 is going to give me 60. And then I'm just going to rewrite this one because it doesn't change at all. So we have 5x negative 6y equals 42. Okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. It gives me that. And if I go back to Delta Math, I can just plug that right in. So I did 6 here. And I just leave that. And look, it does the same math for me right here. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is go vertically. So we're going to add. So everything here, we're not going to leave it. So we're going to leave it all the same. So let's just add everything. Okay? So that means you don't have to change the signs. These stay the same, these stay the same, these stay the same. So you don't have to worry about changing anything there. So I'll change my colors here. We'll go to like a nice little coral color here. So 12x and 5x is going to give me 17x. 6y and negative 6y is going to cancel, so it gives me nothing, 0. And then 42 and 60 gives me 102. All right, so there we go. So now if we go back to Delta Math, I'm just going to put those same things in here. 12 and that gives me 17. That gives me 0. That gives me 102. Now I'm going to click try here, and it will tell me if I'm on the right track. And beautiful, it does. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do, it says, so it did those steps, and now it says solve for x. We have 17x equals 102. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. So 17x equals 102. And then all I have to do is divide by 17 on both sides. It should give me, actually let's grab our quick calculator here. 102 divided by 17 gives me 6. So there is my first solution. My x is 6. So if we go back to Delta Math here, x is 6. And let's just try it. Boom, there we are. Now, the next thing it says is plug the 6 into either equation and solve for y. So let's just pick one of these. So I will write it down. We'll pick the first one. So we'll say 2x plus y equals 10. Okay, so let's go back to our map. So I just wrote that right here. So if we do this, so now I'm going to plug in our 6 into x. So I'll rewrite that right now. So we're going to get 2 times 6 plus y equals 10. And I just want to solve for y here. So that gives me 12 plus y equals 10. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. That cancels, so y is going to give me -2. Okay, so there is my second solution right here. Y equals -2. So if I go back to delta math here, I have -2, and it says to try it, and boom, there we are. So now I'm just going to plug in my x, which is 6, in my y, which is -2, and hit try. It works. Hit submit. Yes. Boom. There you go. So there's your step-by-step process. Guys, I highly suggest that you do this before you try the elimination number 2, or even elimination number 1, to be honest. They're both pretty much the same, and this kind of walks you through it. Okay?